Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn how to view, delete, upload file to SharePoint document library from Canvas app using CloudFruits. There are several demands for showing documents in subgrids or having the ability to access documents saved on SharePoint or upload or delete files from SharePoint through Canvas apps. Let's get onto the video. First, I'll show you the demo that I have built, then we will see how to do it. So this is the view of an entity whose SharePoint document we want to view, delete or upload. This is the basic information of the record. So now I want to retrieve the document in the SharePoint. I will click on the Get Document button and the record from the SharePoint is retrieved and shown here. Suppose now I want to add a file into the SharePoint document library. Then I'll click on the plus icon. Then as you can see, there is this small attachment control. Add the document, then click on the save button. This will upload the document in the SharePoint. Now I will delete this record. Clicking on this will simply delete the file from the SharePoint. Now let's get a look into how to actually build this. So this is my edit window. To perform each functionality, I will use CloudFlows. So let's start with retrieving files from SharePoint. This button will call the flow. This is the code for calling the flow. I have passed the GUID of the record for which I want to retrieve the record. I am binding the response that we will get from the flow into a collection so that we can bind the same collection in the gallery. The variable initialized is for the showing or hiding the gallery of the document. Let's see the cloud flow. We will have the power-ups as trigger action as we want to trigger the flow from the Canvas app. This is how we will collect the GUID that is passed from the Canvas app. The GUID that is passed is used to retrieve data words to retrieve the SharePoint document library URL. To retrieve the SharePoint files, I am going to use send HTTP request to SharePoint action. Use the relative URL you get from the document location in the HTTP request of SharePoint. Using get folder by server relative URL, REST API call, and get method to return an array of files. This will return an array of documents which will be passed to the Power Apps using the response action. To pass data into Power Apps, we can use two actions. One, respond to Power Apps action, and second is response action. To return the list of documents back to the Power Apps, use the response action. To generate the response body JSON schema, run a test and get the list of documents from SharePoint. You can use the output of send HTTP request to SharePoint action to generate the schema. This is the format in which Power Apps will receive the data from Flow. You can paste the output of send HTTP request to SharePoint action directly over here and click on done. It will convert the data into JSON schema. I'll show you the output of send HTTP request to SharePoint action from the run history. Here is the response body JSON schema in my flow. We just need to paste this in the response action. When the flow runs and Power Apps receives the JSON, it collects it in the collection over here, and this collection is binded into the gallery to show the document. I am clicking on the button so that we retrieve the related SharePoint files for this record. As you can see, the documents have been retrieved from the SharePoint. In this way, we can retrieve the documents. Now, let's start with deleting a file from SharePoint. On every record, we have the delete icon, clicking on which will delete the selected file from SharePoint. This icon will call the flow. This is the code for calling the flow. I have passed the server relative URL of the SharePoint file for which I want to delete the record. Let's see the cloud flow. We will have the Power Apps as trigger action as we want to trigger the flow from the Canvas app. Compose2 gets the server relative URL from the Power App. The server relative URL contains the folder name and the file name of the file. So we need to divide the folder name and the file name from the server relative URL. Over here, I have first divided server relative URL and got the folder name. Then in this compose action, I got the file name from the server relative URL. To get the file from SharePoint, we need to have the file identifier of the file. Getting the file identifier would have been easier if we had any output from the trigger. or the action in prior steps that contains the file identifier. In our case, we don't have the file identifier directly from the server relative URL that is passed to Cloudflow from Power Apps. This server relative URL will be used to query the SharePoint to retrieve the SharePoint file with the file identifier. To get the file identifier, I use the getFiles properties only action to get the list of file in the folder. When we use this action, we get all the properties of the files. So we also get the file identifier of the desired file. In the getFiles property only action, fill the SharePoint site, document library name and the folder that we get from the folder name compose action. This will get all the files present in the folder. There is filter query in the action, but we need the file name with extension which we get from the file name compose action. But we cannot filter this as this is not retrieved from any SharePoint action prior. Filter array is to get the particular file from the list of files obtained from the getFiles properties only action. The output here is the output of the file name compose action. From here we will only get the particular file we need to delete. Add the delete file action with the SharePoint site address from where you want to delete the file and add this for the file identifier. In the Canvas app, when we click on the delete icon, it will delete the file from the SharePoint. The document has been deleted from the SharePoint. Now, let's start with uploading a file from SharePoint. On clicking the plus icon, a pop-up will get open. This is an attachment control. On clicking the attach file, we can add the file that we want to upload into SharePoint. We don't get the attachment control directly in the insert tab. So to add the attachment control, we can get that from the form of an entity which has enabled the nodes. So we add the form, we get this attachment control. Just cut the control and paste it in the edit window. So this is how we get the attachment control. Add an image control which will hold the value of the document attached in the attachment control. Set the image property of the image as last attachment control dot attachment dot value. This will get the value that is attached to the attachment control. For uploading document in the SharePoint, we need two things. First, name of the document and second, the content of the document. To find the content of the document, set a variable to the value of image control. We will use the JSON function to convert the image value in base 64. On the select property of the button, add the following code. The JSON formula will convert the value of image control into base 64 and we will collect the same in the collection. We can add any type of file. It can be Excel, Word, PDF, etc. And through this we will get the base 64 content of the file. This is how the base 64 value of any file will look like. You can see the data is of type image, so it contains image in the content. If it was of type Excel, then it would have the content as Excel. To upload the file, we will only need the actual content of the file, which we will get between the base 64 and the last inverted comma. To get the actual content of the file, add this code in the onSelect property of the button, where the find function finds the first comma and returns the index position of the comma. We also have to exclude the double inverted comma at the end. So mid function gets the actual content between the base 64 and the double inverted comma. After this, we need to call the flow that will upload the file into SharePoint. Call the Cloudflow from the button, pass the name of the document, content of the document which we get in the above formula, and also the GeoID of the record whose SharePoint library is to be used to upload the document to the Cloudflow. After the flow runs, I want the attachment control to be reset so that when we want to add another document, we can get it. And the variable is to hide the pop-up. Let's see the Cloudflow. We will have the Power Apps as trigger action as we want to trigger the flow from the Canvas app. Relative URL will be stored here in this variable. The GeoID that is passed to Cloudflow from Power Apps is used to query to Dataverse to retrieve the SharePoint URL. After we get the file, we are storing the relative URL in the variable. The name of the document is stored in this compose and content of the document is stored in this compose that we get from the Canvas app. Add the create file action of SharePoint connector, where select your site address add the folder path where you want to upload the document, file name of the document which is passed from the Power Apps. SharePoint doesn't store base64 files, so we need to convert this into binary. This will convert the base64 string to binary. In the Canvas app, when we click on the Save button, it will upload the file to the SharePoint document library. This is the SharePoint site where we have just uploaded the document. As you can see, the document has been uploaded here. In this way, we can view or retrieve the documents from the SharePoint into Canvas app, delete file from SharePoint directly from the Canvas app, and upload to SharePoint. To find the code, you can follow the blog link below the video, where you can find the code for the Canvas app as well as for Cloudflows. I hope this helps.